Previously on Describe Your Kill.
You shouldn't go into the desert alone.
Okay, so you are going to take that damage.
No, I won't. The cold never bothered me anyway.
Yeah, so much as the first note of Kumbaya, you're in trouble.
Did you get what you were looking for?
I'm not sure. I mean, not precisely what I was looking for, but at least I'm a step closer to knowing what I am looking for. Don't we have a mother to bury?
A couple of our servants regularly cast gentle repose.
Stairs! Quick, everyone, come here! Come here! Look through this portal, there's stairs!
Natural 20!
Wilhelm, they look Storval as fuck.
A giant dwarf.
A giant dwarf or a giant, comma, a dwarf?
Listen, you idiot. Stone giants are stoic. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Describe Your Kill. Describe Your Kill. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
We are back, much to the annoyance of all the other Stolen Fate podcasts. We are back.
And most of our listeners.
Certainly our wives and families, yes. We are back.
Who are our listeners?
Hi, Nam.
How many family members have you got?
Yeah.
I'm in Norfolk, mate. Hundreds.
Mine are all animals, don't worry.
Oh, God.
Have you been back to the Badger, Chris, in the last week?
No, I have not, no.
Banned.
Yeah.
They were like, we heard what you were saying about us.
Maybe I should get them to sponsor us.
We said no taking pictures of the dead wasp.
I don't think the sponsorships are on the table after the bear incident.
No, well, there's several incidents of late which probably aren't going to endear us to sponsors, but we'll carry on regardless. Hope they don't listen this far. Sort of
Who gets
the first
the Milton action figure with real hip thrusting action.
There's an image I did not expect to get so quickly tonight.
It's all smooth down there.
So yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you to everyone who did come back to listen to us. We were seeing some really very exciting download numbers, and it's really great to have all of our new listeners on board. I know there are some people that have binged pretty much the entire 30 episode bunch in maybe 2 or 3 days, which is quite the commitment. So welcome aboard the Dick train. It's time for your weekly dose of Dick. What was I going to say? I just got to share this little story with you today. I know that there's a lot of jokes and stuff about what are they called when you have to do the quiz or whatever to get into a website? Capture things. So I know there's lots of things, jokes about, do all the traffic lights and the one's barely in the square and stuff like this. I was trying to activate a copy of Office today, and it was the maddest one that I've ever seen, where there's a hand with fingers that points in a direction, and then there's a picture next to it of a drawn item, and you've got to rotate the item so that it's orientated the same way as the hand. Have you ever seen this one?
What?
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because the items are things like a chair with a box on it, and you've then got to guess, well, which way is the hand pointing? Anyway, every time you get it wrong, it adds one to the to the number of guesses that you've got to get correct in a row. When I got to 6, I was so fucking annoyed at work today. It was already a long day. I'm dreaming of combat with my friends this evening, and there I am spinning this fucking shopping trolley round trying to get this.
I had a similar thing happen this week, actually. When I was I had to go on a Brazilian website for, there's this thing I'm doing. I know it sounds salacious, but it's not. No, it was a governmental Brazilian website because I had to look up some company details. Right. And obviously it's all in Portuguese. And speaking Portuguese is not one of my strong suits. So I thought I could kind of navigate it using Google Translate, and then I got to this screen, which must have been their version of like a capture or recapture, and it just had a load of pixelated random images like a bicycle and a beach ball and an ice cream, and I was like, what the fuck do I do here? Anyway, I put it into
That's
Google
just the Brazilian government website, mate. They're pretty laid back.
I put it into Google Translate, and the question was, which melts in summer? And I just had to click on the ice cream. So there you go.
Did you have to put it in Brazilian as well? Did you? What's the Brazilian
I
ice
just
cream?
had to click on the ice cream. Thankfully.
Oh, right. Okay. You didn't have to. Right.
Yeah. Phew.
I don't know what the temperatures in Brazil nowadays, but the bicycle could also be viable.
Yeah, it was like global warming for you.
Yeah.
So, last week you discovered that 4 of the portals within Harrow Heart had magically relit, each leading, discerned through a Wilhelm natural 20, to the Storval Stairs. After stepping through, you met the Shawanti tribe called the Shrikiri-Kwa, formerly the protectors of the Storval Stairs. They have been recently ousted by the Band of Blades. Their leader, Shaldar Fallsfar, invited you for dinner, and during the discourse readily handed Lupin another card from the Deck of Destiny, the Locksmith. You learned that the Band of Blades comprise at least 12 mercenaries, harpies, and a stone giant. Aaron's augury attempt gave a mixed response for the more diplomatic approach, so you took the direct path, arriving at the foot of the 500-foot-high stone steps. There you meet Endlo Kyver, a great sword-carrying dwarf, supported at the barricade by a female stone giant. Endlo offered you safe passage for just 200 gold per person. Malachi attempted some humour. Wilhelm drew his weapon, and then drew his rapier, and an indignant Aaron was pissed off. And Lupin fired his gun at the archer.
Yes.
So let's play some Pathfinder, boys. The first time in Chapter 3, we're going to roll for initiative.
Oh my gosh, I am
We're
scared.
straight in.
So you'll see that I have made some modifications to the map to allow it to be better fought in. Can you all see that?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Let me find some suitable combat music.
Got actual palpitations of nervousness. This happens every combat when it's been a while. I'm like,
Has been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
That's our first level 13 combat as well.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. So yes, you are at this barricade. Now, it was discussed about this barricade, about it being 5 foot high, and we're saying, oh, it's only 5 foot high. I was thinking 5 foot high barricade is pretty high. That's not something you're just quickly...
I'm 6 foot something.
You said it was difficult terrain to get over.
Yeah, no, I've changed my...
Party's on average 7 feet tall.
I'm a giant dwarf.
On average.
It's just far more than difficult terrain to get over. What are you talking about?
I was saying, the party's on average 7 feet tall, so 5 feet is all relative.
Okay, go ahead,
sure
boys.
does.
Roll for initiative.
Here we go.
Huzzah.
32 for Malachi.
30 for Lupin.
Oh, that's such a good roll for my monster.
Oh, 35 for Aaron.
Oh,
Can Wilhelm roll deception because he sort of tricked the dwarf into coming toward them?
tricked. Yeah, whatever. Fine.
Oh,
you can roll deception. That's fine.
I should have used diplomacy.
Yeah. I was just, yeah. Can I roll fiendish law for initiative?
Oh, that's a good one. Can I use
Stair
that
law.
instead?
Stair law.
Stair law.
Roll the fucking initiative, Will.
I know these stairs.
See if we can drag an hour and a half out of rolling for initiative, boys.
I believe anything is possible with us.
Oh my goodness me. There are a lot of combatants on the field. There are, of course, the dwarf, the giant, and these 4 archers with bows trained. Now, we've rolled initiative. Lupin, I do want to give you the option of firing your pistol, and there's no such thing as surprise rounds, etc. But I'm more than happy for you to take a shot, and I'm going to give my combatant a +2 to AC, but I will give you a free shot on one of them.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, because the advantage is limited there, because I'm going to have to reload anyway. So.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, a juicy combat.
So this is the one on the sort of southwest. It's a 14 for 38 to hit.
Oh, that is a hit. So it would have been a critical hit, but because he was expecting the attack, that is going to be a hit, Lupin.
Annoying. Cool, okay. So that will be 12 points of damage, and one of those points, because I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 6, is sonic damage.
Okay, thank you very much. I will take that. So here we go, round 1. Despite Wilhelm's excellent roll, My creature, the dwarf Endlo. He rolled a natural 18, so he is going to go first. Oh, I was hoping you'd want to fight me. Just give me a second. And you see him start to cast a spell. And as he casts this spell, the dwarf that you could barely just see over this barricade, Wilhelm, begins to grow.
It is a giant dwarf.
It's a giant dwarf.
As Endlo Kyber becomes huge, towering 15 feet
Look how big that sword
above
is.
you.
That's Final Fantasy VII levels of sword, isn't it?
And because of his new and improved reach, Wilhelm, he gets the opportunity to smash down at you with his great sword.
Oh my god, this is going to hurt.
That's a 38 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. So as he swings down, and his weapon grows as well, right? So this thing is now probably, 30 feet? 40 feet? Weapon. It's pretty big. Swings down right on your head. Here comes your damage.
Ouch.
As he connects with the side of your head, Wilhelm, for 35 points of damage.
Yep.
That is his turn. In response, though, it is Wilhelm Krongard's turn. The other side of the barrier.
I'm assuming Wilhelm couldn't hit over the barrier. So...
He could. I mean, this guy's now massive in front of you, but he's going to get greater cover.
Okay.
Would potentially go the other way as well? It wouldn't have mattered, I suppose. Even with the cover, it wouldn't have made any
He's
difference.
enormous now. If he would have hit as he was small, then yeah, absolutely would go the other way. But they are, remember, upstairs from you, so they have got some advantage there.
Would Wilhelm be able to climb over the barricade? And if so, how long would that take?
Well, I think I'm just going to rule. You'd have to roll an athletics check to kind of get over it, if that makes sense. But it's going to be a really low DC, so as long as you don't nat 1 it, you'll be able to do that.
Watch me, guys. Yeah, so basically, this is basic soldier combat training. So what you do with these barricades is you just put your foot here, and then you pull yourself up, and with a 27 total, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably jump over it, Wilhelm. That's a really good roll.
Okay, nice. And Wilhelm lands next to the dwarf, and it says, "Okay, guys, don't leave me hanging here, please." As he's now alone with the giant dwarf and the, in comparison, not so large giant. And as his second action, he's gonna enter his dueling dance stance.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. And as his third and final action, Wilhelm is gonna, for the first time as a legend in swords, attack the dwarf.
Yes.
With
Get away from me, you scrawny bastard.
with a snagging strike. That is going to be
my
a
god.
46 to hit with a natural 18.
That is a critical hit, Wilhelm.
Yes.
We're back, boys!
Here we go.
And as Wilhelm jumps over the barrier, he, as the armor of the dwarf enlarged with him, finds an opening between the leg plates and stabs him right into the knee for 62 damage total.
Ouch.
And the dwarf's armor takes 9 acid damage as well.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
The dwarf is now off guard until the start of Wilhelm's next turn.
Wilhelm, you feel like you would get through to the armor, but this armor, as he has grown as well, it does look fairly resilient, and unfortunately none of that is going to get through the hardness of my dwarf's half-plate armor. But still, 62 points of damage does, as you find a chink in it. And we move on to Aaron Spoke Point.
Okay. Aaron, once he's able to take his eyes off this giant dwarf, is looking around at all of the combatants around us. So we've got 4 archers up high flanking us on either side. We've got the giant dwarf right in front, and then the actual giant stood behind. And then obviously further up the stairs, potentially reinforcements. I think Aaron's instinct, now that Wilhelm has hopped over the fence and is taking on the giant dwarf, which, he's seen Wilhelm take on a dragon. This is nothing. I think I want to cut off the giant just to give us a bit of breathing space and not have to deal with her as well. So, has anyone got any thoughts on that as a plan of action?
I think that's a good idea.
It's a nice idea in theory. You're the sorcerer.
I sure am, but okay, I'm gonna do it. So, channeling his Irasini heritage, since I've gone to level 13, I've got another ancestry feat which awakens that. So last week we saw that with his cold resistance, but Aaron also has unlocked an innate ability to cast Wall of Ice. Ooh. So he starts summoning all of this blue. He's really taking on this Elsa Frozen persona and casts Wall of Ice directly in front of the giant in a 60-foot line. So it'll cut off the stairs entirely, just right in front of her face. I'll put that into the chat so you can see the details.
You should be able to draw that on the map for us.
Yes, I will. The wall itself is 1 foot thick. It's 60 foot long and 10 foot high. So it basically has an AC and hardness, and it has 40 hit points. And so it's just going to mean that she has to bide some time to deal with that for the time being. And
sorry, how high is this going to be, this wall?
10 foot high.
10 foot high, okay. Is there damage or? So
basically, she has to deal with the wall in order to get through it, and if she destroys it and tries to pass through, the magical ice deals some cold damage as well to any creatures that then pass through it. Okay, it's literally just a line, so ignore the whole box, but just in the middle of that line.
If I just move it there.
Yep.
Okay, and it's got hit points of what?
40 hit points, and an AC of 10, and a hardness of 10.
Okay, nice.
But it's immune to crits.
Casts Wall of Ice. Is that your turn, Aaron?
It is a 3-action spell, but yeah, he draws this enormous wall of ice out of nothingness, and then he's a little bit amazed at kind of where it came from. So, yeah, that's my turn.
See the giant just go, Okay, on to Malachi Bordello.
And ice is technically a rock, so...
It's just going to chomp on the wall.
Is it technically a rock? Or is
technically a rock.
Is it?
Oh, great. Now you've pissed off the geologists, mate.
Yeah.
Swifties, right. Geologists. We're just going for everyone.
Isn't any solid technically a rock?
If you try hard enough.
What? Right, Malachi, you're up.
I'm supposed to be the nonsense character. Right.
There's still time.
Malachi.
So
you just wait. It's my turn.
It's round 1.
Oh, you meerkat, hold my beer.
Looking up the Stovall stairs and towards the herpes.
The what?
What?
The herpes.
Caught from that ogre.
Proven right within seconds.
God. Oh, Chris. Yep. Didn't take long.
No, there we go. The harpies.
I nearly spat
Jason's
beer into my mic.
I have to be really careful with laughing because it brings on the coughing fit. So. Oh, God.
He looks up the stairs and starts to conjure some lyrics. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
What's happening?
And
no one knows.
Casts No One Knows, and his voice amplifies, and he turns to look at the archers on the top of these pillars and casts the Phantom Orchestra.
Okay, just remind us again.
A 10-foot burst of my beautiful singing gets projected onto the wherever I put it, which will be on the southernmost archers, and they will be taking some sonic damage based upon a DC 30 basic fortitude save.
Okay, let me roll that whilst you place that. So,
save for a 30 on the first one.
Yeah, and the second one
is a failure.
Okay. Roll damage from your Sonic Orchestra.
Nice lot of dice.
That's nice.
So
22 points.
Damage. Okay, got it, Malachi. Thank you. Keep track of that for me if you can.
And for his last action, he goes, when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed. With a word, she can get what she came for. And turns it into Dirge of Doom.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a mashup.
God,
it's a mashup.
Massive.
Electric Callboy, let's go.
Okay, how big is your Dirge of Doom radius, Malachi? 30 feet?
30 feet radius,
wow.
which will come into play in a bit.
Okay.
It's hitting the dwarf, isn't it?
It's hitting
just
the dwarf.
Getting the dwarf, yeah, according to Foundry. So I will take it. All right, Malachi, good turn. Phantom Orchestra and Dirge of Doom. That does bring us to the giant's turn, who's stood up and sees this 10-foot wall of ice. Now, she is above it because she's up the stairs a bit, but she's going to do what she does best and just swing. Does it have an AC, Matt? Have you got that there?
It does. The AC is 10.
Okay, so she's going to swing with this great club in her hand, massive, armed with spikes. And here comes the hit. That is a natural 1, but it's still a 24.
Yeah, 24 is a hit. No crits allowed on the wall.
Okay, so then damage, 26 points of damage.
Okay, minus 10 for the hardness. So 16 points away. I'm tracking my wall, so it has 40 hit points. That's so 24 hit points left.
Roll to hit again then. So no crits on it, but I'm assuming a 30 hits.
Yep.
Another 26 points of damage.
It loses another 16, so the wall is still standing.
And I'll go for one more hit.
Does this wall have a mouth as well? Is it like, ah?
What?
Stop it!
Ouch!
A 29 to hit.
Yeah.
29
damage. Oh, 29 points of damage this time.
Okay, that'll do it. The wall smashes through, so there is a gap in the middle. I think just for the sake of the giant, it'll be a 10-foot gap in the wall.
Yeah, okay. I mean, she'll be able to squeeze through anyway. That might be difficult terrain for her, and obviously she'll take the cold damage, so just keep me honest on that. I'm happy to make it a 5-foot gap if that's what it should be.
So a 5-foot bit of the wall, so just, can you just mark one of them? Yeah, that's it.
There we go. All right, but that is her turn. It does take her out of the combat for a round, and we are now on to Lupin Malice.
Yes, so first things first, Lupin sort of has been eyeballing this dwarf for a little while and has been looking to exploit any vulnerabilities he might see. So mechanically, I'll roll exploit vulnerability. Got a 37, which I believe is a success.
That is a success on the dwarf,
yep.
Yes.
Yep. So, and it looks like the dwarf doesn't have any weaknesses, so I'll be using the personal antithesis bonus damage.
Yep.
Then for Lupin's second action, he will use his mirror, very quickly glance into it, hold it up, and as we've seen plenty of times before,
looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. I say, who's that handsome devil? And suddenly, the other side of the barricade, directly opposite Wilhelm and behind the dwarf, appears a copy of Lupin.
Ooh, okay. Where do you want him to appear, Jason?
So essentially directly opposite Wilhelm, so in flanking position with Wilhelm on the dwarf.
Just here?
Yep, that's the one.
Lupin, you appear the other side of the giant dwarf, now giving Wilhelm the flank.
Yep. And then third and final action, Lupin draws a scroll from his belt.
Okay. We are on to the assassins, and you can hear him say, "Ready, fire!" And they launch the bows down. The first attack is going to be, they've got the really big bows, composite longbow that they've got. So the first one's going to be against Lupin. That is a 34 to hit.
That is on AC. Do they take any penalty within a certain range? Composite longbows. I think they may have the volley try. That might be factored in with Foundry, but
30 foot is the volley range, and they're 10 foot up as well.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. As I was just checking.
I think
whether
Foundry
that was...
does actually do that, but it's worth. Yeah, no, it's a good call to check. So that
just
one
because that would have been significant. But
Sure.
that's a hit.
Okay, here comes the damage then on the first one. Ooh, decent damage. 23 points of piercing damage.
AC hurts.
Ouch! Yep. Which Lupin was that? He was firing at, by the way.
This one.
It was the
Targeted
air
one,
on
yeah.
the Malachi's side of the barricade. So
yes,
okay,
I just targeted that.
Yeah, as he hits that version of Lupin, it explodes into mirror shards and vanishes.
Okay, so the real one is now the one over behind.
Yes, the one. Yeah.
All right, that's its first action. Second action, it's going to take a shot at Aaron with a free reload. Slightly lower to hit, of course. The second attack gets a 20 to hit. That's not going to do it.
No, miss.
Okay, and with its her final action is going to jump down off that pillar, if you like, and you notice that they fall very slowly but land very nicely next to Aaron without any penalty. It is
Watch
now.
out, Aaron.
And you hear the next one go, Tamrin, I'm coming with you. And she actually sheathes the bow and draws her longsword in for one action.
Ooh, fancy remaster talk.
Second action, going to come down behind Lupin and attempt to strike with the longsword. Again, jumping gracefully off this platform and swings with the longsword. And gets a natural one. Fun. I'll get him next time. And then from the north, you hear him say, "Oh Lord, that was terrible!" And you see this one is going to shoot her bow at Aaron as well.
Or Aaron.
With a... That's not going to hit natural 4.
He's dodging them all like a champ.
Yeah.
Just like
Aaron's just like
Aaron.
Neo from the Matrix.
Is going to swing again. Draw another arrow and go for Aaron again with a 31 to hit.
Oh
That
my
is
god!
a miss. It's a miss. Oh.
And he's also then going to jump down into the
He's
Dirge
beginning
of
to
Doom.
believe.
Finally, we have the archer that's still remaining on the platform just north of Wilhelm. This one is going to take the bow and aim it at Malachi slightly further down the steps. Can we get a hit with the bow? Not with a natural 7, we can't. That's not going to do it. Redraws and goes again at Malachi just to keep things moving. That is going to miss as well with a natural 3. And then draws her sword. That's round 1. Now, it's round 2. My
Fun.
dwarf is surrounded by Lupin and Wilhelm, which is most annoying. So what to do with Endlor Kyver? Yes, bloody scrotum. Right.
What a terrible jazz musician he was.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Very poorly fitting underwear.
Right. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who I hit. That's gonna be Lupin. So he spins around with the massive great sword and just aims it squarely at Lupin's head. Here we go. Ugh, terrible rolls! 28 to hit.
Lupin sees the sword coming and just ducks at the absolute last second.
Oh, that's
That is a
frustrating.
miss.
And you can see Edlo getting frustrated. He's all kind of big and clumsy with this massive sword, so he's not able to get any kind of accuracy with his weapon. So he's instead going to start to cast a spell.
And as soon as Wilhelm notices his hands starting to cast...
Wiggle.
Yes. As soon as his hands wiggle,
Yes.
Wilhelm is gonna attempt hold on, I don't want to get this wrong. A reactive strike.
Okay.
Okay, and that is gonna be
Oh my god.
Natural 18 again. 46 to hit. Yes.
That's a critical hit.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So that is... That is really good damage.
Wow.
I am sorry, Craig.
That is disgusting.
That is 73 points of damage. Some acid, some piercing.
Yep.
Another 12 damage to his armor.
Okay.
And
3
Wilhelm
damage.
disrupts the spell since it was a critical hit.
That is very upsetting. So that is the end of his turn. And Wilhelm, it's over to you.
Oh my god. Wilhelm kind of in this high from having found this weak spot from the dwarf, quickly turns over to Aaron and kind of goes, "Yes, very good dodging work." And attempts,
Thank you.
and attempts. Yeah, sure. First, he attempts another snagging strike at the dwarf.
Yep.
Natural 2.
That's a hit.
It's 30. Oh, that's man. Being a legend in swords is really cool, guys. You should try it sometime.
Just got it because he's off guard because of your because he's flanked and stuff.
Yeah, that's called strategy, man. That's a 20 damage. Total.
Yeah, got it.
And for his second action, Wilhelm is gonna, just because he doesn't have anything better to do, attempt to strike again
Okay,
with a natural 10 for 33.
that's a hit.
Very nice.
Wilhelm carving up this dwarf.
24 points of damage total.
Got it.
And I don't think I want to do the third attack penalty thing, so as his last action, Wilhelm is gonna... I don't know, would you rule this in some way? Wilhelm is basically gonna try to get the dwarf to attack him next. Is there any way I could attempt to persuade him to do that, or...
Mechanically, I guess you could try demoralize or intimidate. Is there an intimidation check you can do, or taunt? There are feats for that, I think, but
okay,
you can
Right,
try.
then
You tell me what you say,
I'm gonna-
and then tell me what you say, and I'll see.
Okay, Wilhelm's gonna say that was just pathetic. You didn't even carve me good, and look at you, you're bleeding out already. You're supposed to be a god, and that's his turn.
You don't know nothing about me.
You're not my real dad.
I'm not your father.
I'm Malachi's father. Right. Okay.
I've got some bad news about your wife.
No.
That's what my song was about.
Not Karen.
Not we Karen. No. Aaron, you're up. You are currently toe-to-toe with one of the mercenaries that has jumped down next to you with sword drawn.
Okay. Aaron sees this mercenary jump down, land right at his feet, and draw the sword right in front of him. And almost reflexively, he smacks himself on the chest, shattering the emerald grasshopper, and shoots into the air 40 feet in this direction to land on the pillar where they've just jumped down from. I have to roll an athletics check to do
Before
a leap
you
action.
do that, and if I can, because as you smack it, the sword was ready, and she is going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Reactive strike.
Oh, sorry. Yes, reactive strike. Thank you, Chris.
Reaction is lost. It's your
Ever,
Yeah.
ever
You
question
said
me
it.
again?
You said it.
It's
Paizo
a,
will be on the phone
it's a
again.
concentrate action. It's a concentrate action.
What?
Oh wait, the leap
Not
isn't
manipulate?
actually. No.
Anyway, it's a complete miss because I rolled a natural 2. My rolls have been 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So, Aaron, yes, very cool. You managed to jump straight into the Phantom Orchestra.
I do. It doesn't affect me though. I did double check the rules on it. Okay. So that is one action, and then for my second action. So the giant statue right here. That was did you say one of the Rune Lords?
The statues of Karzug, I believe. Yes, they're both of the same person.
Okay, so
They're
Aaron
really high,
lands-
though.
How high?
Like 250 feet, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
That's fine, is it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Craig looks nervous. Yeah.
So Aaron lands on top of this 10-foot pillar, looks up at this imposing statue of an ancient rune lord, and he shoots his arms out at it, and he goes, and he pulls with all of his might. The statue's nose rips off and hurtles down like an asteroid towards the giant, who is still behind the wall of ice, as he casts telekinetic bombardment.
Oh my god!
She must roll a reflex save as this nose comes hurtling down towards her.
Oh my god. So which statue did you... The southern statue's nose you've ripped off?
Yep.
Sphinx-like in its nature. Okay, here comes the reflex save.
Can you add that to the map?
Insanely cool, holy shit.
And there's another natural 2. Aaron, I'm going to give you a hero point because that's very cool, but that is an 18 on the reflex save.
Thank you. It's a DC 31.
Oh my god!
So
Critical
here
failure.
comes the damage.
That's a lot of dice.
That is 62 points of bludgeoning damage as this 10-foot boulder of concrete crashes into the giant.
Is this doubled already from the crit fail?
No, that's not doubled.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. That's extreme rhinoplasty.
It's 62 times 2.
124.
Oh my god!
That
When
is
Angie
ridiculous.
is stunned and knocked prone.
What?
She takes takes double damage, and it knocks her off her feet, understandably. And if she's still alive, she's stunned 1.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is definitely worth a hero point. Aaron, such an almighty boom echoes across the Storval stairs as this 10-foot concrete comes ripping off.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot burst, so this huge boulder, like his nose, if you think that statue's 200 feet high or whatever, that's a massive bit of sculpture, isn't it?
And Aaron, as you look up, not only does the nose of this statue collapse and fall down on top of the giant using your spell, where you would expect there to be solid stone behind the rest of the head itself simply crumbles away, exposing a hollow interior.
Oh my god. So there's just like his whole head is just caved.
Yes, the whole head just like caves in. Yep.
Okay, so wow. All right. So I think Aaron, it clearly has summoned this magic from a feeling of great anger and is almost shocked at what he's done. I think he's coming into so much power lately that he's just I can't believe what he's capable of doing. So the giant takes all that damage, is knocked prone, she's stunned 1. And from his position on the pillar, and obviously I'm guessing that this would be one of those moments where the battlefield just for a moment pauses and everyone is like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, I love it.
He finds his confidence and he looks at the giant dwarf and he says, "Thieves! You're bandits! You forced the Shawanti from your home, you cowards! You will pay for what you've done!" And that's his
They
turn.
look absolutely terrified, but what a turn that was. Malachi Bordello, you're up.
Malachi will continue to sing. Oh, and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
The contrast.
That's sublime to the ridiculous.
I love it.
And we'll recast Dirge of Doom.
Okay.
And continues to sing. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure. Look at his head, it's all caved in. And we'll move his Concordant Choir out from Aaron and we'll place it over the giant dwarf as it moves.
It definitely doesn't affect your allies, no?
Definitely. Yes, it does, but only on my turn when I move it.
Right, okay.
The dwarf needs to give me 2 seconds.
Fort save, got it.
Another fort save.
39.
Did that also taken? Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. He was frightened as me as well. Here is the damage.
Is that not a crit?
No, it's a 30. DC 30.
He's got Juggernaut, so I think, that would be a crit.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's only has to roll a success. So no damage on the Phantom Orchestra. But have you got one more action?
Yes, I do. It's annoying.
If you have got that, actually, it might be an idea just to move a bit closer to the rest of us because you're a bit cut off there.
I was thinking that. I was just thinking, how might I do it?
Just put one foot in front of the other, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
Useful advice from the
Thanks for that,
Yeah, brains of the operation.
It's fine. Malachi looks from side to side at the archers that have floated down to his position and starts to move up the stairs towards the barrier, but will not attempt to get over it just yet.
It is the poor stone giant's turn, who has just been completely obliterated by a falling piece of masonry from the Rune Lord's nose. So stunned 1, which means I get 2 actions this turn.
Yep.
Well, she's going to stand up.
Good one.
What just happened? And then going to squeeze through the hole in the ice, trying to lumber towards something she can hit.
As she steps through the gap that she's made in the wall of ice,
Yep.
the cold magical energy does damage to her. It's just 2d6. That's a 7 points of cold damage.
Oh, yeah, she takes that, but that is her turn, being stunned 1. That brings it over to Lupin, who is currently flanked by one of the mercenaries and a very poorly looking giant dwarf.
Yeah. So, first things first, Lupin is going to see the state the giant is in, which is basically just, Wilhelm is just dragon's dogmaing all over that poor giant. He's just absolutely climbing over it and beating the shit out of it. But he will draw his...
the one-liner.
He will draw his sword cane and for his first action will take a swipe at the giant with the second action.
Oh, okay.
So this will be a... Oh my god, it's a good attack roll. That's a natural 18.
Another natural 18. You guys have fucking got the natural 18 module on, but Lupin, that is a critical hit.
Oh, 3 hits on the giant, 3 criticals. Mine isn't going to be as impressive as Wilhelm's. Don't clip that.
Might be enough.
Already clipped.
Yeah. But that is 32 points of damage.
Ouch.
Plus 8 points of damage from exploit vulnerability.
It's looking very, very unwell. Yeah, the dwarf really slashes in.
Well, Wilhelm will go again before I do so. As funny as it would be to steal his kill. I know what the right thing to do for my team is, which is to protect the squishy bard who's on the wrong side of the barrier with 2 enemies. But the funny thing to do would be to rob the fighter of his kill.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not that squishy. We're all right.
For his third action, Lupin sort of quickly looks across and sees Malachi on the other side of the barrier, and he quickly flashes the mirror, and a duplicate of Lupin appears between Malachi and the assassin that's closest to him, just immediately to Malachi's left.
How chivalrous.
Okay, Lupin, is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Great turn. So it's all kind of bunched up around this barricade. 3 of the mercenaries have jumped down, but the 2 biggest threats, clearly the giant dwarf and the giant, who is dwarfed by the giant dwarf, are both looking very unwell. I don't know why I'm bothering to confuse myself. I've already got fucking 6 combatants. Right. It's Tamarin's turn. Yes, the mercenaries are named for some reason on this particular part. And it's the one right next to Lupin, which is helpful.
Which Lupin?
The... Oh,
You're not confused enough.
So the one Lupin has just mirrored the other side of the barricade right in front of the mercenary whose turn it is, who's got her sword drawn, who just took the attack of opportunity against Aaron, but she is going to hold her turn, Tamarin. And then it's going to be the mercenaries that's next to the Lupin on the other side of the wall's turn with short sword drawn and long sword, and is going to swing and hopefully roll something better than I have done. That is better this time. Will that hit? That's a 34 to hit against Lupin.
Yes, that is going to hit.
Yes! Okay, here's some damage. That's 14 points of slashing damage.
Yep, and as she hits that Lupin, he explodes into a cascade of razor-sharp pieces of glass.
I forgot about that.
So it's in a 5-foot emanation, so both the giant and the assassin will take this.
The giant dwarf, you mean?
The giant. The really, 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 really big one.
Yeah. How much damage?
2 plus half my level... or the damage of the triggering attack. So that is it's 8 points of damage to both of them.
Lupin, you notice that as you explode, the giant dwarf that was next to you takes sufficient damage as these shards burst out, piercing underneath its armor right in front of Wilhelm, and it goes down dead. Enlo Fiber goes
got a bloody
down
scrotum.
dead.
That's a walk off from Kimon.
Yes!
Just me and Jason to go.
Doom, 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 doom.
Oh, yes.
I'm really happy for you, Jason.
The effects.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and as it falls down, just the last bit of the shattered version of Lupin just looks across to Wilhelm and winks before disappearing.
Wilhelm, the body shrinks down to just a normal-sized small dwarf in front of you, but very dead. Oh my, what a turn. Okay, so that was one action to hit you. And
that version of Lupin obviously disappears.
Okay. Not having much else to do. Let's have a look. No, really not much else to do. I guess he's going to run back up the platform and for 2 actions, climb up next to Aaron again.
Unless she's got an extra action, she wouldn't be able to do it. She attacked Lupin, moved.
Yeah, 2 actions to move up, not to hit.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Uses both move actions to scramble up there, which they can do quite easily. But yeah, that is going to be the end of her turn. Okay, right. Mercenary, who's on the other side of the wall, next to Lupin and Malachi, is going to move forwards and get a flank on Lupin with her comrade Tamrin. This one is called Alucius and has the longsword drawn and is going to target Lupin again with the longsword. Terrible roll. 23 to hit.
That is a miss.
Screams in rage. Me, not the character.
I was just about to say, yeah.
And rolls again, but that's probably going to miss. 28 to hit.
No, that's a miss.
Okay, but the one who did hold their turn is going to now take their turn because she's got the flank with her friend. And we'll roll with the sword again. Here we go. Come on. Something higher than a 5. That's slightly higher. Will that hit? That is a 32 to hit.
Oh, that's bang on the off-guard AC, so yes, that does hit.
Okay, terrible damage. 14 points of slashing damage.
As she strikes down at Lupin, he flashes the amulet around his neck at it, and a wall of shimmering blue appears between, and the longsword bounces harmlessly off because he has resistance 50.
Wow. Okay. Is that a reaction or was that free action?
That was his reaction. I was checking whether the mirror's explosion was a reaction or not, but that's a free action.
Got it. Okay. So I get that was the first action from my character. Swings with the longsword, does get a hit, but actually doesn't deal any damage as the amulet comes out. Let's go for a crit. I haven't had one for a while. Come on, nat 20. No, that's a natural 2. So that's going to miss. Fuck it. Right, she's just like, no, I'm not having this. Right.
Just puts a sword down and walks off.
It's the final mercenary of the round's turn. This one is called Grevery. Grevery looks down at Wilhelm, jumps off the platform, and is going to attempt to hit Wilhelm with her longsword. And that is going to be a 34 to hit.
Nope.
What? Oh my god. Right. May as well go for a crit fish then on the final action. With another natural 2. Everything's going brilliantly, isn't it?
I like this dice that you've got.
Yeah.
As the dwarf in front of him died, Wilhelm feels this dissatisfaction in him, which kind of grows into anger, and he feels this overwhelming urge to kill something right now. And right as he does that, he hears this guard landing behind him.
Oh no.
He turns around as she attempts to strike him. He deflects her sword and attempts a counterattack.
Okay.
Let's go to Disserax.
Chunky salsa.
That is a 44 to hit.
Yeah, that's a critical hit, Wilhelm. Yep.
And 59 damage.
Okay, got it.
And as he deflects her sword with his left hand, he stabs her through the gut with his rapier and holds eye contact with her. And it doesn't even seem, it doesn't even really seem human the way he looks at her, like she's just prey. And yeah,
got it. Love it.
What he does.
Oh, well done, Wilhelm. You're really learning.
Is she off guard then because of your quick specialization?
She is.
You'll have to remind me on that one, Wilhelm.
Yeah, she's off guard.
Okay, then it is Wilhelm's turn.
She is no longer off guard. Okay.
Great.
And blade still in her. He pulls it out and stabs again.
Oh, she's so fucked.
That's a natural 4 for 32 to hit.
That's a regular hit. Yes.
16 points of damage only.
All seems to go through.
And again, pulls out and stabs.
Pull-out game is strong.
Must be Catholic.
Ooh, that's a 33.
Is that not your second attack penalty?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Oh.
That's a 28 then.
28, still a hit.
Yeah. And with another 16 points of damage, with every stab, his grin just grows wider as he pulls out his rapier again and feints another attack against her.
You see the look. You see the look in her eyes. Looks so sad.
But stops right as he would pierce her again.
Okay.
And he attempts a feint check against her. And if he succeeds, then her next attack against him is going to be at a -2 penalty.
Okay.
So that is going to be a natural 14 for 39.
Yes, that's a critical.
Very good. So every single attack of hers is going to be a -2 against Wilhelm.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Wilhelm.
And she is flat-footed because of my snagging strike. Wilhelm is basically still holding her with his left hand.
Thank you very much. This moves over to Aaron, who is toe-to-toe with one of the mercenaries on the platform.
This assassin has clambered up onto the platform, and as she gets to her feet and locks eyes with Aaron, he turns to her almost expressionless, and they lock eyes, and he blinks. And in that moment, she's no longer in this battlefield or even in this time. She's an old woman. She's surrounded by her loving family, grandchildren playing at her feet. She looks around feeling satisfied that she left the life of being a mercenary to pursue humbler goals of being a farmer's wife and having loving children. And she watches as that possible future is completely eviscerated as Aaron casts Unraveling Blast and destroys that possible timeline for her.
Oh no!
We really love fucking up these assassins. I really, really enjoy it.
Craig fucked up as soon as he gave them names.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was Ron Lundeen.
Belinda.
So she needs to roll a will save to try and hold on to that possible future.
That is... hang on.
A critical failure.
That does look like a critical failure.
Is it
to
a
me.
fear effect?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Is it inhaled?
Then that's a 20.
That's the critical failure. Here comes the damage. That is 49 points of mental damage doubled.
Oh my god. 98 points of damage. Is that a spell?
That is a spell.
She's going to get an attack of a reactive strike. Here we go. Natural 8. 26 to hit.
Yeah, she goes to strike at him just as he blinks, but he gets the spell off in time. She takes that damage and she is stunned 1, and she is off guard until the start of my next turn.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, that is 2 of my actions.
Okay.
For my third action, I guess I'll try and shove her off.
She's withering away.
She looks so defeated.
Is that still, remaster question, is that still a shove action?
Yes. Yeah, where are you trying to push her? Sort of.
Just off the platform.
Okay, yeah, 21's not going to be enough.
Aaron's a bit weedy.
Yeah.
21. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. It is Malachi's turn.
Malachi is going to continue to sing in a rather hoarse voice.
Oh god, it's a reverse centaur.
Get out of here.
Oh no!
No, he's going to change his tune a little bit.
Oh.
There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have 2 meanings. And we'll cast Courageous Anthem this time, changing his composition cantrip. Give everybody a +1, including himself. He will then spend an action to move his concordant choir. In a tree by the brook, there's a song who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
Really? Smashing the songs out tonight. Okay, where's he moving his choir?
Going to move it over the giant, stone giant.
Okay.
And would you like me to... It's DC 30 fortitude save.
That is a 35.
So that would be a pass on 8d6 sonic damage. So half of 24 points of sonic damage.
Got it. All seems to go through. The giant is starting to teeter on her feet.
Oh, looking rather rough, is it? GM, very rough. Quite rough.
What are you asking me?
Is the stone giant... Yeah, how are you feeling? Yeah.
I feel awful.
Of course you do. Looking at Death's Door is the stone giant.
I say she's wavering on her feet. Yeah, she's looking unwell. Very unwell.
When's Lupin going?
I'm a couple away. I think it's the giant, then it's one of the assassins, then it's me, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I will turn around briefly to Lupin and put a hand on his shoulder for a little bit of guidance.
Ooh, lovely, thank you.
You got this, Lupin.
All right, Malachi.
You got it.
I just killed a 50-foot dwarf. Damn right, I've got it.
You and you.
One hit as well.
You hear the mercenary go,
Oh my god.
stop winding him up, please.
Stop provoking him.
Ow, ow.
I've had one of my future pals removed.
Every single one of these mercenaries is just being tortured.
Is that turn, Malachi?
That is my turn.
Okay, it is the stone giant's turn. She is going to get to stumble up towards the barricade, seeing you the other side, Malachi, and swing down with her great club. 2 hands to try and give you a bonk on the head. Now, can she hit? Can I roll anything above a 5?
It's going to be a natural 20.
It's a natural 2!
Oh.
Oh no, natural 9. So that's going to be a 32 to hit.
That Malachi manages to put his hands up and bash the great club away.
Oh no, so she misses. Okay, I'm going to go for it once more. She's
Weak.
looking
You didn't
rough.
expect his level 18
Weak.
armor, did you?
That's not going to do it, I don't think, with a 33 to hit this time.
That is also a miss.
Oh no.
As Malachi sort of ducks in between the strike and the triangle that is created between that and the giant.
Ouch. Okay, well, that is the end of the giant's turn. Lupin, you are up. You are currently flanked by 2 of the mercenaries next to Malachi on the other side of the barrier.
Yep. So Lupin is still holding the scroll he drew at the end of the first round of combat, and as Malachi puts his hand on Lupin's shoulder, Lupin begins to read from the scroll, and Malachi, you feel your arm getting really cold and really heavy. And Lupin has cast, or is reading from a scroll of shielded
The
arm.
stranger. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's cast a
New
shielded
spell.
arm. So basically, I have turned your arm into a shield.
What?
I am willing.
So, reinforcing veins of ore run through the target's arm, letting it ward off blows with its bare skin. It can use the Razor Shield action to instead raise its arm, gaining a +2 circumstance bonus to AC.
Oh my god,
It
you're
can
the Winter
shield
Soldier!
Yeah. It can shield block with its raised arm as well, and when it does, the target reduces the damage as if it had a shield with hardness 4 and 15 hit points.
Wow.
If the shield is broken, in other words, if all 15 hit points are used, the hit points, the spell just ends. Your arm is otherwise fine.
Oh, there's so much going on, but that's very cool, Lupin. Okay, is that your turn?
Nope, that was 2 actions, and then the final action, Lupin will have either of these 2 assassins that are flanking Lupin taken any damage?
No, not really. No, I think one of them's
so it
been
doesn't really make
scratched, but not much.
Okay, so Lupin will go to attack the one that is to the southwest of him.
Okay.
With his sword cane. So that
She prefers to be called Tamrin, but okay.
Tamrin, yeah, okay. Oh, that's a natural 15 for 41.
God, that's a critical hit.
Oh, lovely. 30 points of damage.
Nice.
And on a critical hit, I can because I have the forceful rune on my sword cane. Impactful. Because I have the impactful rune on my sword cane. I can choose to force the target to succeed at a DC 27 Fortitude save or be pushed 5 feet away.
That's a natural 1.
That's a natural one. Oh, okay. So I don't think there's any penalty for critical failure there. So you are just pushed 5 feet away.
Okay.
And also because I have the bleed rune, you take 2 times 1d6 persistent bleed.
Yes, got it.
Cool.
Okay.
Craig, you need to return that die.
I think I do.
No. Use it.
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
It's been awful tonight. Really
This is just
bad.
his luck averaging out, because there
Yeah.
have been sessions where he has rolled nothing but 20s.
It is the mercenary's turn that is next to Aaron, that is off guard because of the sheer damage, but is going to attempt to shove Aaron off the pillar, which is a good... how far up are we? We're a good 40
I think we said 10 feet,
off-
didn't we?
10 feet from the stairs, but from the ground,
okay, yeah.
you're already up about 40 feet from the ground. So let's go for a shove, shall we? Okay, here we go. Not a bad roll. That's a 32 against your athletics DC. Against your fortitude DC.
Yeah, that would be a pass, but you will need to roll concealment because after casting Unraveling Blast, this is one of Aaron's Harrow Bloodline spells, so he is flickering in and out of reality. Different versions of Aaron, young, old, are just overlapping with him, so he is concealed.
Okay, I will do that. Will someone look up the grab an edge reaction for me, please?
Yes.
So concealment, so I just need to roll a d20 and it's DC 5. Here we go. Yes! That's the highest roll I've rolled all night with an 18.
On a DC 5 flat check.
On a DC 5 flat check. So Aaron, you are going to get pushed off the edge of this stone platform that you jumped up with a 40-foot drop. But you will be able to use the grab an edge reaction unless you've used a reaction doing that, what you just did.
No, that's just concealment.
That's just concealment. Okay.
Yeah. So grab an edge.
It's basically an acrobatics or reflex save against the climb DC of whatever you're falling from.
It's a DC 20.
Okay, I will roll my acrobatics.
You can choose acrobatics or a reflex save.
My reflex is better than my acrobatics, so I will roll reflex.
Just don't nat one it.
Here we go. That's 23.
So 23 is a success. So you do manage to grab onto the edge of the handful, hold stopping your fall. So you are hanging off the edge. And she sees this, and with the shove, can take a step forwards. I think she's going to swing down at you, Aaron. You're going to probably be off guard to this attack.
Yep.
I think that seems reasonable, but it has got the attack trait, so it's going to be at second attack bonus. And that's a natural 3 to continue my roll.
My God.
Good luck. That is a critical miss. And she
that's the end of her turn, because she has stunned one.
Oh, she stunned one, was she?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's the end of her turn.
So that attack wouldn't have go off.
That wouldn't have gone anyway. Yeah.
The shove, step up.
Shove, step, yes.
Step was included.
Is part of the
Oh,
shove.
yeah,
Of course, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much to Lod there. And it's my creature's turn. 1 second.
I have a feeling these NPCs could have been important.
Yeah. Actually, good old Gregory, which just sounds like someone trying to call someone called Gregory underwater.
So one of the remaining assassins that's not really been hit yet, but is seeing all the chaos that is going on. Lupin, you see her on her chest. She, with her spare hand, takes the steel-coloured feather token from it and begins to speak into it. Next to you. I just need to check something.
Told you, reinforcements. Don't we have one of them? Can't we go, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah, disregard.
False alarm!
And you see this tiny little token turn into a real-life bird that begins to fly off in the direction, further up the stairs, sort of towards the statue as she does that. That will be her turn. And the mercenary that's below you, Lupin, the one that's you just shoved away with your rapier, also removes the steel-coloured token from her chest, speaks into it, turns into a bird, and the bird flies in a northerly direction past the north statue. Does then take 8 points of bleed and fails the recovery check. And finally, at the bottom of round 3, it is the assassin next to Wilhelm, who has been thoroughly fucked up, but will still swing with the longsword. Actually, she's got power attack, so he's going to use the power attack ability in her desperation.
It's a -2, but yeah.
-2,
Sorry.
okay. Here we go. Nat 20 coming up, come on. Not a nat 20, but not bad roll. 34 to hit.
That is a miss.
Ah, that's a shame. And with her final action, begins heading back up the stairs towards the ice
to which
wall.
Wilhelm attempts to drag her into his blade once more.
No! Leave me alone, please! Haven't you taken enough from me?
Natural 2, that is a 31 to hit.
That is a hit.
That is 28 points of damage.
Okay, she is still up and is going to be able to get a little way away from you towards the ice wall. It is the top of round 4. It is Wilhelm's turn.
Wilhelm rushes after her. And as I'm guessing she's more like running rather than disengaging.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And he attempts to kind of catch her and stab her in the back with a 36 to hit.
That is a critical hit, Wilhelm. She looks around and just feels the blade slide within her, Wilhelm, as that brings her down stone cold, dead on the steps.
Yes.
Blood pouring from numerous pierce wounds, mingling with the rest of the old dried blood that's on these stairs.
Wilhelm, as he has her impaled from her back, pushes the blade deeper and deeper into her dead corpse, after which he just lets her slide down and looks over his shoulder toward the giant. Yeah, it dissipates, but looks forward to claiming more lives as he... those were 2 actions, right?
Yeah, moving and doing the thing.
Yeah, as he steps into melee range of the giant, and that is his turn.
Okay, thank you, Wilhelm. Aaron, you are up.
Lupin just looks over to Wilhelm. Oh, well done, buddy. You got one.
Malachi raises his arm. I've got a stranger.
Aaron, what do? You are clinging on to the edge of this platform.
Aaron lets go of the edge and instead of falling, soars into the air as he casts Fly for 2 actions.
Oh! Am I going to get an attack of opportunity as you cast it? Surely.
Yeah, you're within range.
Out of range.
You're within range.
Oh, here we go.
Although attack of opportunity doesn't exist.
Oh!
That's
Critting you for that. Critting you. Here we go.
With a natural
4 this time. So no, that's a miss.
Fucking hell, mate. Is that dice weighted?
Yeah, Aaron zooms up 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hover where I am there. So I'll hover 20 feet up.
So cast Fly and then shoot up 20 feet. Is that right?
Yep. And that is my turn.
Everybody roll perception checks.
Oh, God.
Do I get a bonus for being up high?
Sure.
If you had the big sky card, you would have one rules as written.
39 for Lupin.
31 for Aaron.
Oh, that's 25. Oh, it makes sense. William is kind of distracted right now.
30 for Malachi.
Thank you very much. All right. It is Malachi's turn.
Malachi will continue to sing. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for the May Queen. And we'll move the Concordant Choir over. Oh, yeah, just to sustain it. We'll keep it in the same place.
Fucking Concordant Choir. I hate this spell. This is going on the ban list.
Can I have another fortitude save, please, for the giant?
29.
That is a failure. That is 8d6 sonic damage coming your way. All of it 32 points.
Malachi, would you like to describe your kill?
As it is a stone giant, you see the sounds reverberate and you see the cracks in the stone giant, and the cracks just kind of slowly rip the head and it just crumbles into a pool of rocks.
Excellent. I will point out they're not made of stone, but it's a very good description.
Okay,
I like
They
it.
eat stone.
They eat them.
They eat stone.
Getting hit by that big nose boulder must have been like hitting by a big cake for us.
Very
The
descriptive,
cake was
Malachi.
very hard, yes.
Yeah, very dense, like sponge.
Actually, as it goes down, you see it pooping rocks.
Oh, great. Okay.
So that's my first action.
Lovely.
Good job, Malachi. Well done. We'll take care of the big ones. Wilhelm can pick off the little ones.
You fucking...
Come on, so angry.
I don't know whether this is Jason or Lupin stirring the pot at this point.
With that action,
It
he
has
will
always
also.
been Jason. Sorry.
With that action, with the second action, he will sustain his courageous anthem, and with his final action, and with his newly found fist, he's going to punch. He doesn't really understand what's happened. He's just got this heavy hand, so he's just going to hit the with an unarmed strike
At the mercenary.
the guard to the north.
Just so excited he can't help himself.
Yeah.
He's killed
Come on,
something.
natural 20.
Oh, 18 for a 14.
Oh,
That's a critical hit.
Yes.
Oh, this is no damage, but I don't
is it?
care.
Yeah.
It's funny. 12 points of damage
Whoa, that is not nothing.
Okay.
with his fist of stone. That is my turn.
Thank you, Malachi. Just to take stock, there were 3 mercenaries left. One of them very badly damaged next to a flying Aeron, and the 2 main threats, of course, gone. And that brings us to Lupin Malice's turn, next to
That
Malachi.
we know of.
Yeah. Lupin Lupin sort of ducks as Malachi's swing follows through. It's sort of this massive, great haymaker. So Lupin ducks and swings the sword cane round as he stands back up at this currently very dazed assassin. So he will strike out with a...
Come on.
Ooh, that's a 39 to hit.
That's a critical hit.
Fucking hell.
Critical.
And that is 34 points of damage.
Okay, plus the bleed. Yeah, that all seems to go through, Lupin, as your blade gets in under the armor. You've seen how everyone else is doing it and just pummeling these poor mercenaries.
Lovely stuff. I think in that case, I assume that assassin's starting to look a bit unwell?
That one's only just been hit, so that one is looking the freshest out of all of them.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Taking my fist to its face. Come on.
The one that's near Aaron, is she looking, or are they looking on the verge of death? I think you certainly
pretty,
rough.
pretty unwell. Yeah, pretty unwell.
Okay. In which case, Lupin will, for his second action, reload his pistol.
Okay.
And we'll take aim at that assassin and fire.
Is she still off guard, Matt? That one?
No, she's not.
Okay. Go for it, Lupin.
Ooh, that's not good. A natural 10 for 35.
Yes, that is a hit.
Lovely. That's 17 points of damage.
Oh, you've got the thundering rune, so it's pretty loud, I'd imagine, this gun as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, real sort of concussive. You sort of Malachi's got brief tinnitus from the.
He's got tinnitus
literally held the gun next to his ear and fired.
The Shuanti's several miles away and turning back towards the stairs. Like, what is going on there?
They see the head of the statue crumble to dust.
Lupin then sort of looks up at the statue and just sort of mutters under his breath to Malachi, that wasn't religiously significant. We might be in quite a bit of trouble. Matt's turn.
Thank you, Lupin. Next up, it is that one you just shot with the Lupin Aaron flying. She is going to jump down from the stairs and is going to make a break for the ice wall and does go through it.
2d6.
Aaron.
That is 12 points of damage.
Does not go down, but is looking weak. And manages to get through and turns around and just looks down at the chaos behind her. It is the mercenary's turn that is next to Lupin that's just taken this punch from Malachi, looking very disheveled, and is going to drops her weapon and begins to flee down the stairs. Go, fuck this, and uses her actions to flee down the stairs. Takes some bleed on the way. And manages to roll a natural 20 on the recovery check, of course.
If there's one thing you're going to roll well on, it's going to be a recovery check.
The mercenary, seeing her run away, going, "You bloody coward, Lucius! I'll kill him!" And strides up to Lupin with the long sword and attempts to strike. With a natural 19, that's a 38 to hit.
That does hit, yes.
With 21 points of slashing damage against Lupin.
Yeah, that will get through. Is the Lupin's amulet will again flash, and that absorbs the majority of it, 15 points, but 6 points of damage does get.
Swings against you, coward. 27 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, it is the top of round 5. Oh, she's going to take some bleed as well. Let me just do that. So 10 points of bleed damage, and here comes a recovery check. It's a natural 19 on that recovery check.
I love that all of your best rolls are the recovery checks. That's very on brand.
Okay, this is the top of round 5. As you are all making this combat down below, from the top of the statue's neck, you see 3 bird-like creatures come out 200 feet above you and let out these almighty screams. One of them looks like this, armed with a huge scimitar and bird-like features, and begins diving down towards you as the curtain comes down.
The harpies,
A terrible case of harpies. What a great combat.
You've been listening to Describe Your Kill, The Death of Destiny. Find out more at describeyourkill.com. Thank you to Paizo, Michael Gelfi, Creator Chord, Sirenscape, Kevin McLeod, Foundry and Sigil Services. Get all the links on our website. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.